People are paying now. And I'm just standing here waiting. He doesn't ask me for money to pay. I'll just be like, are you crazy? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So we are in the middle of nowhere. And in a road we just paused having our first stop. And right now is past midday. And we've been on this trip that was almost going to be a terrible story for me, but I have tried my best to turn it around. And so let me catch you up on that. So I'm seated in this vehicle as we head to Lalibela, and I would say it has not been a very interesting morning because I highly doubt I got overcharged again the second time. Yesterday it happened, today it has happened again. Yesterday I tried hitchhiking to Lalibela, but it was impossible. My goal was not actually to hitchhike, it was I came to the bus station, but I came late because I woke up late, so they told me there are no other vehicles to go to Lalibela. So I attempted to hitchhike and it got so tedious, so I said I'm going to wait for the next day. Today is on 6th, and as you know, tomorrow is 7th, it's Christmas here. And I'm actually hoping I'm not going to get copyrighted because of the music. So got at the station by around 6:20, and as you can see, I met this guy who took me on another direction. So I'm here looking for a bus because I didn't buy a ticket yesterday, and he tells me it's only minibus, but I don't know why. I have a feeling otherwise, but let's just go. So that guy finally got me to this bus that I am seated on, and I'm here just hoping they're not going to like ask me for money again, being like I didn't give them, maybe I gave money to someone. I'm not sure if there is the right person or something like that. I've not seen other people pay. I'm just hoping for the best, and I'd say it has not been the best way to start a trip, but I'm hoping for the best, you know. Yeah, so we just left, 6 hours drive, 7 right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to give you views because I'm not seated like close to a window, and I don't want to be that weird traveler. I'm already weird by recording this, but let's see what today has in store, you know. Stick around and let's get to the end of the journey and hope we arrive safely.
Two hours later.
So earlier on I was editing a video and I would still continue having this rant in my head why people have to treat other people so badly, and try to talk to like people next to me and ask them how much the price is, and they're like, we don't get you. And even if they somehow get me because I know how to say how is much money, they just feel like they don't want to associate with all that. So as I was editing, okay, we are stopping and more people are getting in the bus, but I was saying as I was continuing to edit, my head kept on being in that rant, and I started feeling like sort of angry, which is not a good thing when you're on the road, or it's not a good mindset, especially when I remember I am responsible for my own happiness, and not even in relation to how other people treat me, you know. So I have made it my business to look good and appreciate every minute I have, and be happy, and of course be weird because I'm talking in this vehicle, and just have a good time as we are looking to celebrate Christmas. Let's focus on what is important.
Hello.
So as you can see, this has been one of a hectic of a journey, but I have tried my best to make it so positive, and when I get home I'm going to talk to you about some of the insights that I have gotten from this trip, and also some of the tips and some of the things you should know anytime you think of coming to visit Lalibela and have that experience. So I don't even know what's happening right now, but more drama, as I told you, but let's see. So it's 1 hour 30 minutes to Lalibela, and we just stopped for a few minutes for people to relieve themselves. And it's been a long journey, but I'm grateful so far, and I can't wait to get there. Tomorrow is a holiday, so more goals for me is to make it to the bank as well. Yeah, so let's see how everything goes.
Yes.
So we've stopped here in this town, and people are having lunch precisely, and I'm not trying to put myself in another weird position or in another weird situation. So I will just get lunch once we get to Lalibela. But I'm hoping, one, I'll get to Lalibela on time for me to get to the bank. I have already mentioned that, so that is one of my prayer. But I wanted to talk to you guys about some of my insights today that I've gotten from this journey that gives me more reason to continue being on the move and to continue being encouraged to keep chasing who I am and my truest self and all that. And as you may already be thinking and knowing, so many people are staring at me, so I'm just going to turn the camera. And so here are the people staring, and get used to the fact that when you'll be walking around here in Ethiopia, or at least in many places that I have visited, you will meet people who are doing fundraising for church building. So yeah, it's going to be weird because I can't hear what they're saying, but of course you will notice when they say they're borrowing money. And then our bus has this flag sort of. So I'm sorry if this video is all over, but this is one of the most important videos that I have ever made personally in relation to getting situations and being able to see situations differently. For example, I was very, very mad when they overcharged me. I was angry, very angry, and then I wanted to rant about how Ethiopians get this situation, and then I started listening to a podcast, and it was talking about how there was this good king who invited an evil king, and this evil king was offered food, and he exchanged the food that he had been given. So he exchanged his food with the good king's food, and the good king was like, why would you do that, and he was like, oh, you might have put some poison in my food, so that's why I thought I should exchange. And the good king was like, okay, let's proceed eating. And then the evil king again exchanged the food and was like, I think you're doing a double challenge for me so I can eat the bad food. So the evil king ended up not eating the food, but the good king ended up eating. And that gave me the thought of how I could be here ranting about Ethiopians overcharging others. And it's possibly the same thing that will happen with Kenyans. It's the same thing. Kenyans will take advantage of someone. They just realize you're a foreigner. It happened to me even in Mombasa, even as I'm traveling. They notice you're different, and they give you a whole different story. So that has really changed how I see life and how I see the situation. Let me look at it as they found a situation for them to take advantage, and they did what is best for them. So we are not going to be ranting about that. I think what is wise, let us look for something to drink before we get back on the trip, because I don't want to be dying. This trip might take another 2 or 3 hours. I'll just be yawning alone in the car. Or maybe a cup of coffee. That would be so good. But the problem is ordering. I just get this weird situation of making the order. It could take forever. I have gone to a place and made the order for a cup of coffee, and then it takes forever. And I've already taken some time. Let's see what happens. We remain positive all the way, positive vibes, changing our perspective, our thinking, our reasoning. And I think that's the beauty of coming out of your normal environment, and that is what we were looking for. Because there's also a certain research that was done, and okay, I'm so close to the engine, but there was this research that was done about how 2 groups of people were put together. One group of people, group A, was put in a group of people they knew, their friends, the people they had grown up with. And then there was group B, where the people were put totally different people. And group A ended up being not creative because it had like this same people, same environment, same reasoning and everything. But group B, they became creative and they were open-minded and so all that. So I'm glad to be right now in my group B by myself. So I challenge you also to go somewhere you are out of your environment. Just do something that will put you out of your comfort zone and experience something different. And I'm looking forward to getting to Lalibela, and we can now become the real Habesha by trying out everything Habesha by now. So let's get something to drink. So much talk. Juice? So I'm glad she didn't con me now. Anyway, let's energize with some juice as we proceed on. So I'm sitting in the back seat, my juice, and then this seat closes like this, and another person here. I place my bag here. Crazy situation, and then more people all the way. Curtains that prevent the sun, cause the sun was on this side, so it prevents the sun, and fans that I'm not sure work. So that is it. Not the most comfortable bus for sure. So as we refresh, we can as well as talk about the roads. It's not pretty bad. There are some places there's like very good road right where we are right now. I'd say majority of Ethiopia has like good roads, but there was a place that was very dusty and the road was not like tarmac, but not a very long distance. And then something else I should say, it is hot. Don't see me wearing my 2 jackets. Okay, it was a bit in Bayruda, it doesn't get as cold, but so I put on my jackets because I didn't want them to be like luggage, because as you can see we don't have enough space for putting my luggage, so I preferred to wear them, and that's how I get to kill myself with the heat. So let's talk about the views. I didn't get to see so many views because the windows were closed because we were preventing the sun from getting inside the bus, but they were pretty like good views. I tried to capture some that maybe you have already seen, and that's all that I have to say. So people are coming back to the car from their lunch break, and I hope we get there. Remember, we have a goal to make it to the bank because tomorrow is a holiday, otherwise we're going to have problems, you know. Yeah, talk to you later. So I'm here at Lalibela now, waiting for my host, and we don't know what happens in this street, so let me end this video now because people are beginning to gather up. Okay, so I am here. Lalibela is actually a very vibrant, busy town, and the views here are crazy. Beautiful mountains on you as you come here. I'm definitely going to show you a tour of Lalibela. But in the meantime, we made it to a bank, Western Union. That's what I'm going to be using right now. Get inside, pop some money, and called my host, and he's off. I'm hoping he's going to turn on. And before further ado, let's do that. Happy for a safe journey, regardless of everything. And I'm hoping for the best. Stay here at Lalibela. Let's see what this town has in store. Withdraw done. So let's figure out where I am going to eat as I wait for my host to, maybe his phone is off or something. If that's not the case, we know what is our way forward, you know. Thank God we arrived here safely, so if it was at night it would be a whole different story. But now that it's during the day, we are safe. So we figure things out. I have decided to take coffee here. Let's enjoy a cup of coffee and feel how it tastes here in Lalibela. The hills, oh my god, let me just show you my view from here. And Ethiopia's coffee doesn't fail to amaze me. It comes with this. There we go. Yeah.
That's the church. Have you seen the white shelter?
The what?
The white shelter.
Oh, the
The
white
roof.
shelter, the
Yeah.
roof.
That's
Okay.
the first group of churches.
Uh-huh. So the church is there, and the town
Yeah.
there.
And the markets down there.
Oh, down there.